What is up, you guys? So today I'm going to be opening Onslaught of the Fire King structure deck, and it is based around the attribute Fire. And this is a structure deck that was made long ago, actually, and that's what the whole purpose of this video is, to kind of just. I'm going to be making a lot more of these too. I'm going to be um, going back to the older ages of Yu-Gi-Oh! And showing you what the strategies of was back then, and to see what they are like up to this day. And I will be compiling a deck and deck profiles of the old ones to see if they will stand up at least to any newer decks. I'd say probably not to the newest like Links, but yeah, we'll see if we can make anything out of this anyway. So there are some very good cards in here. I'm going to only open one in this video. We don't need two. They're the same thing, but I will be making another video on the compiled version. I'll probably buy a third if I need it. Always buy two, and if the singles are cheap and I need them, then I may just buy the singles. Alright, so let's get into it. Onslaught of the Fire Kings. It's been a while since I have seen these. I'd ordered it offline or online. And of course, they are older, so the rule book, they're good for starter people who are just starting and such, but they are not the official rules up to date. Along with this playmat, which I feel like will probably be really cool. Let's see. Awesome. I actually really dig that. It's nice, but of course it does not have the pendulum or the links. So good nostalgia paper playmat. And then onto the deck. No, dude, somebody's happy. Alright, sorry for that interruption, but alright, here we go. This is the Fire King High Avatar Garunix. This is Boss Monster, of course. I'll show you what he looks like out of the wrap, if I can figure out how to get it out of the wrap. Alright. Oh, so they got a little thing right here you just pull. Oh, that was so easy. I wish they'd do that with newer decks. I remember how easy it used to be for the old decks like these. They need to go back to this kind of style. That's so much easier. You just pull it off. That is one thing. If you're watching Konami, definitely fix that. That is a huge problem. Don't want to damage the cards. Alright. Let's see if you can see this. Alright, Fire King, High Avatar Garunix. Fire Wing Beast. During the next standby phase, after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. When you do, destroy all other monsters on the field. When this card is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your deck, except Fire King Garunix. Ooh, nice artwork. And rundown of this is basically after the next standby phase, when this was destroyed by a card effect, special summon it and destroy all other monsters on the field. That's really nice. And when it is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a Fire King. Onslaught of the Fire King spell card. Sorry, lighting may be bad. But if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monster, special summon one fire beast, beast warrior, or winged beast type monster from your deck. Its effects are negated and it is destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate one of these once per turn. So basically, if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon any fire beast, beast warrior, or winged beast from your deck, and its effects are negated and destroyed in the end phase. So that is really nice. You could special summon boss monster, and then it would be destroyed in the end phase, and its effects would be negated, but in the graveyard it wouldn't be. So the next standby phase it could be summoned, and then after it being summoned, it can destroy all monsters on the field. So then you get a Fire King monster from your deck. You can special summon Circle of the Fire Kings. It's a quick play spell card that is awesome, and these are all foil. Target one fire monster you control and one fire monster in the graveyard. Destroy that monster you control, and if you do, special summon that other monster from the graveyard. You can only activate this once per turn. Really nice, really nice. I like Fire Kings. Alright. Again, lighting probably sucks. Alright. Fire King Avatar Barong. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the next standby phase after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, add a Fire King card from your deck to your hand. Any Fire King card. That is awesome. And again, this is all Fire and Fire Kings. This is based on Fire Kings. Okay. Fire King Avatar Kiran. It's a fire beast. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except damage step, you could special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can send one fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now that is awesome. All of these Fire Kings are amazing, actually. I like them. I think they have a chance to stand up with newer cards. Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. I think I'm saying that right. Winged Beast Fire. If during the next standby phase after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you special summon this card from the graveyard, and when you do, destroy all spell and traps on the field. Wow. So basically it's the same effect as Garunix, the boss monster, except you destroy all spell and traps on the field when it is summoned by its own effect. And as long as it's destroyed by a card effect, it can just keep on coming out. Alright, next, Manticore of Darkness. Beast Warrior. During the end phase of the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can send to the graveyard one Beast Warrior, Beast, or Winged Beast monster from your hand or side of the field. Special summon this card from your graveyard. So basically, if this is sent to the graveyard in the end phase, you can special summon a Beast, Winged Beast, Beast Warrior from your hand or side of the field. Send it to the graveyard and then special summon this card from the graveyard. Goka, the Pyre of Malice. It's a zombie. If you control a fire monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you do, target one fire monster you control, destroy that target. During each of your standby phases, special summon one fireball token. And the token is Pyro type, fire, level 1, attack 100, attack or defense 100 in defense position. You can tribute one other fire monster. This card gains 500 attack until the end phase. That's nice. Hazy Flame Hypogryph. Pyro, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Once per turn, you contribute one other fire monster. This card gains 300 attack. Lava Lancelord. You can normal summon this card without tributing. If you do, during the end phase, send it to the graveyard. When this card on the field is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished fire monsters and add it to your hand. Really nice card. I'm sorry if you can't read it on there, that's why I'm reading it out loud, each one individually. Flamvell Fire Dog. Fire Beast. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster with 2,000 or less defense from your deck. Wow. So if this destroys any monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon a fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck. Still amazing. Still awesome. A lot of these have 200 like this, 200 or 0. Okay, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one monster with 200 defense from your deck to your hand. And this is Flamvell Poon, I guess. I meant to read that at first. Flamvell Poon, and when it is destroyed by battle, you can add one monster with 200 defense to your hand from your deck. Next is Neo Flamvell Saber. When your opponent has 4 or less cards in their graveyard, this card gains 600 attack. While your opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, this card loses 300 attack. I don't really like that. It's neat, but better for the beginning. Royal Firestorm Guards. When this card is normal summoned, target 4 Pyro type monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle all 4 into the deck and draw 2 cards. Wow, that's awesome. So if you have 3 of these, they're basically like a Pot of Greed, as long as you have 4 Pyro type monsters in your graveyard. So you can make this more of a Pyro deck. You have some draw power. Or Fire King, or both, but you would have to take out some kind of strategy, I think. Volcanic Rocket, level 4 Pyro. When this card is summoned, you can add 1 Blaze Accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's awesome. Volcanic Counter, level 3 Pyro. When you take battle damage while this card is in your graveyard, banish it from your graveyard. Then if there was a monster other than Volcanic Counter in your graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the amount of damage you took. Wow. So basically, if they attack and inflict a lot of damage, you can banish this from your graveyard if there's another fire in your graveyard and inflict the same amount you took. I like that. Molten Zombie. It's a Pyro, level 4. When this card is special summoned from the graveyard, draw a card. Nice, nice. Spirit of Flames. Level 4 Pyro cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one fire monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack during your battle phase only. Not bad. Raging Flame Sprite, one of my favorites. I don't know. It's just kind of an original, and I like it. It's kind of like a Drill Barnacle. You know, the water deck. It's not in the actual structure water deck, but they go hand in hand, and I like it. I like it a lot. Raging Flame Sprite, level 3. This card can attack your opponent directly. It's got 100 attack. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, this card gains 1,000 attack. So basically, it can attack directly, and each time it does, it gains 1,000 attack. Of course, afterwards. So you can just keep building that attack up as long as you can keep him out there. Foxfire, level 2, Pyro. During the end phase, if this card was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard this turn and was face up at the start of the damage step, special summon this card from the graveyard. This face up card cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. That'd be really good for Synchro, if you added some support for Synchro in here, or XEs, Link. I feel like this deck, if you compiled them together, maybe 3 of them, they'd be really good for newer decks, competitive. Alright, Flame Tiger, level 4, probably wouldn't win first place, but, you know, probably get pretty far. Okay, level 4 Beast. During your draw phase, if this card is in your graveyard and you control no monsters, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If this card is special summoned with this effect, banish it when it leaves the field. So that's awesome. Instead of drawing, you can special summon this from the graveyard, basically. Little Chimera. All fire monsters on the field gain 500. All water monsters lose 400 attack. I like how this goes against the water deck, because one of my favorite decks is the water deck, the structure water deck. Level 4 UFO Turtle. It's a machine. When destroyed by a battle, you can special summon a fire with 1500 or less attack from your deck in attack position. And another one, Rekindling. Special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters as possible with 200 defense. During the end phase, banish all monsters that were special summoned by this effect. That's really neat, including so many of those 200s, or most of the fire cards in there. Says if it's destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon it or activate the effect. And you could overlay with it too also. Blaze Accelerator. You can target one monster your opponent controls, send one Pyro type monster with 500 or less attack from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that target. You cannot declare an attack during the turn you activate this effect. It's continuous. That's a decent card, but I don't know if I really would keep 2 copies. Anyway, target one beast or beast warrior type monster. It gains attack equal to its current defense until the end phase. During the end phase, destroy it. Now this one I don't think would be good for this deck, because a lot of the fire defenses in here are 200 or less. Anyway, Pot of Duality, always a good card. I love this card. Everybody should know this card, but basically reveal the top 3 cards and add one of them to your hand, and then shuffle the rest into the deck. Hand destruction. Each player sends 2 cards from their hand to the graveyard and then draws 2 cards. Creature swap. Each player chooses 1 monster they control and switches it with each other's. Burden of the Mighty. I like this card. Each face-up monster your opponent controls loses attack equal to its own level times 100. Backfire. When a fire monster or monsters you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Don't like that, but Flammable counter. When a spell or trap is activated, banish 1 fire monster with 200 defense from your graveyard. Negate that activation. If you do, destroy it. Phoenix Wind Blast. Discard 1 card to target 1 card your opponent controls. Return that target to the top of the deck. Horn of the Phantom Beast. I like this one. Target 1 beast or beast warrior type monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 800 attack when the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. Draw 1 card. I like that. It gains 800, and each time it destroys a monster by battle, it gains, you get a draw a card. Blast with Chain. I like this card too. Target 1 face-up monster you control. Equip it. It gains 500 attack. When this card is destroyed by a card effect while equipped, target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. Spiritual Fire Art. Karine. Tribute 1 fire monster. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to that fire monster's original attack. Regretful Rebirth. When a monster you control is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, target that monster, special summon it in face-up defense position, but it is destroyed during the end phase. Nightmare Wheel. Target 1 monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When it leaves the field, destroy this card during each of your standby phases. While that monster is on the field, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And Call of the Haunted. Everyone knows what Call of the Haunted does. Basically, special summon a monster from the graveyard in attack position. And if this is destroyed, that one is too. And that is it for the opening of Onslaught of the Fire Kings. If you liked this video, please drop a like, and if you would like to comment and tell me your thoughts on what you think would be good to put in this deck, what would make this more competitive, if this would be a competitive deck, if you combined all 3, if this could be a good deck to go into tournaments with. Let me know your thoughts on it, whether the older decks could stand up against the newer decks. And again, if you like this video, drop a like and subscribe, and that's it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.